So my name is Sarah, and I've been asked to look at the woman in the Bible who was suffering from bleeding. So that's the passage in Mark 5:21-34, the woman that had suffered 12 years of menstrual bleeding. There were very strict rules in the Bible. It was considered unclean when a woman was bleeding, and she had to keep herself apart from society. She couldn't go into the temple, she couldn't go out and socialise. And at the end of her bleeding, she would go to the bosses to be declared clean, and then she and her family could carry on as usual. But this woman was unclean for 12 years, so she was excluded for 12 years, and those around her, her family and the people she lived with, were also in grave danger of being considered unclean and therefore ostracised from society as well. The first thing that I thought about was that 12 years is a very long time to be kept out of it, to be kept away and separated. And it's amazing to me that she heard about Jesus and she was willing to have a go, to think maybe Jesus could heal her. I suppose you could say it was just desperation that she'd try anything after 12 years. But actually, when she did go and touch Jesus's cloak, it was Jesus who said, "No, woman, you are now clean. It is your faith that has healed you." So in amongst that desperation, she did have a faith. She did have a belief that Jesus could do that for her. And that's quite remarkable, I think. But I think the main thing that I'm pondering and actually finding quite uncomfortable, if I'm honest, is this thing about exclusion and being kept away. And the way we do it so much in our society, and I do it. Who is it that I don't really want to hang out with? Who is it who I consider someone I don't really want to spend time with, who I don't want to be welcoming and open with? Who is it in our church who are not really welcome, or maybe they're allowed on the edges, but actually we don't really want to get them really involved? And when I think about it, if I'm honest, it's probably people who are different from me, people who look different, behave differently, maybe have made bad choices in their lives, and I can be critical and say, "Oh, I'm not like that. I wouldn't do that." Or it might even, within the church setting, it might be people whose theology is different from me. They might have fundamental differences in the way they interpret the Bible. Or it might be simpler things that actually they prefer to worship in a different style to the one that I like. And yet we are called by God to be together and to be welcoming. And I'm left with this challenge that I must be open, and I must try and be like Jesus, which I think means that I need to have more sympathy for those that are ashamed, those people that have made some bad choices, because let's face it, we've all made bad choices. And that perhaps I should pay more attention to those who we overlook, to those that are unloved, and that I should be more welcoming to all. That's the challenge for me.